Welcome to the WBC News Update program with me, Mohammad Ibrahim. Today is October 9th, 2021. The World Food Organization has warned that Afghanistan's economy is on the brink of a collapse, and that a humanitarian crisis has formed and increased at an incredible rate in recent weeks. In recent weeks, a number of international organizations have warned of an impending economic and humanitarian crisis in Afghanistan and called for immediate assistance. Seekers said to investigate alleged money takeout by Ghani. John Spoko, the U.S. Special Inspector General for Afghanistan's reconstruction, said on Wednesday his office would look into allegations that former Afghan President Ashraf Ghani took millions of dollars with him when he left the country. Ghani has said he left Kabul to prevent bloodshed and denied reports that he took large sums of money with him. But speculations has persisted, and Congress asked Spoko's team to get to the bottom of it. Hundreds of people gathered outside the passport office in Kabul Wednesday, October 6th, after the Taliban announced it would reopen, with security forces beating back the crowd to keep them in line. Taliban officials said Tuesday they would resume issuing of passports starting Saturday, October 9th. The process has been suspended since the fallover of the government of Ashraf Ghani in August, leaving Afghanistan desperate to leave the country stranded. Taliban forces unlawfully killed 13 ethnic Hazaras in Daikondi province, new investigation. 9 former members of government security forces extrajudicially executed after surrendering. Victims included a 17-year-old girl who was caught in crossfire in Afghanistan's Daikondi province after members of the security forces of the former government surrendered. A new investigation by Amnesty International has revealed the killings happened in Kahur village of Khidr district on 13 August. 11 of the victims were former members of the Afghan National Defense Security Forces, and 2 were civilians. An earthquake of magnitude 5.7 Richter hit southern Pakistan in the early hours of Tuesday, killing 20 people, most of them women and children, and injuring about 300. At a time when many victims were asleep, authorities said. The earthquake struck at a shallow dip of about 20 kilometers, with its epicenter 102 kilometers east of the city Quetta, the U.S. Geological Survey said. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said on Sunday he would not return to under-control immigration to solve fuel, gas and Christmas food crisis, suggesting such as strains were part of a period of post-Brexit adjustment. At the start of the conversation, parties confronts, Johnson was again forced to defend his government against complaints for those unable to get petrol for their cars, retailers warning of Christmas shortage, and gas campaigns struggling with a spiky in wholesale price. Zabihullah Mujahid, Deputy Minister of Information and Culture, on Wednesday said the United States has violated Afghanistan's airspace by its drones. It has recently acted in violation of all international law and the United States' commitment to the Islamic Emirates and Doha, Qatar and Afghanistan's sacred airspace is being occupied by US drones. These violations must be corrected and prevented, Mujahid tweeted. Mujahid said the Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan calls on all countries, especially the United States, to act in light of mutual commitments and in accordance with international law and avoid violating Afghanistan's airspace. Mujahid statement followed by remarks by U.S. officials who have said the United States does not need to cooperate with the Islamic Emirates on over-the-horizon counter-terrorism efforts. We retain all necessary authorities to execute over-the-horizon counter-terrorism operations, and we remain confident in these capabilities moving forward without speaking to specific rules of engagement surrounding airstrikes. There is currently no requirement to clear airspace with the Taliban, and we do not expect that any future over-the-horizon counter-terrorism strikes would hang on such a clearness, U.S. Department of Defense spokesman John Kirby said on Saturday. The Ministry of the Information and Culture on Wednesday reacted to a statement by a number of officials of the former government who claimed to be continuing the work of the former government, saying the efforts are meaningless. In an 18-article statement released by Afghanistan's embassy in Switzerland, a number of leaders and officials of the former government said their activities of the former government will continue, saying it is the only legitimate government based on the people's vote. The statement says officials of the former government and a number of political leaders will work so that the former government can continue operating. And Amullah Samangamuni, a member of the Culture Commission of the Information and Culture Ministry, said their efforts are useless. Now there is and will be no opportunity for such opportunistic people to deceive the international community from the hours of Afghanistan and the people of Afghanistan, said Samangani. Previously, following Ashraf Ghani's fleeing from the country, Ghani's first Vice President Amrullah Saleh said he was the acting president of Afghanistan.